Hello and welcome to Bible Study with Alice, and today we're on day 139, Psalm 139 of our daily psalm reading. We're reading from the ESV translation, but you're more than welcome to join us from a different translation. As you can see, we are on Psalm 139. These videos are filmed in real time. Today's date is the 22nd of March 25 and it's a Saturday. You can find the previous 138 psalms in the playlist below. There is a disclaimer as usual, and that is one that these videos are unedited, and also I probably stumbled my word in. Let's get started. Search me, O God, and know my heart, to the cry matter, Psalm of David. O Lord, you search me and know me. You know when I sit down and when I rise up, you discern my thoughts from afar. You search out my path and my lying down, and are acquainted with all my ways, but even before a word is on my tongue. Behold, O Lord, you know it altogether. You hem me in behind and before, and lay your hand upon me. Such knowledge is too wonderful for me. It is high, I cannot attain it. Where shall I go from your spirit, or where shall I flee from your presence? If I ascend to heaven, you are there. If I make my bed in Sheol, you are there. If I take the wings of the morning and dwell in the utmost part of the sea, even there your hand shall lead me, and your right hand shall hold me. If I say, surely the darkness shall cover me, and the light about me be night. Even the darkness is not dark to you. The night is bright as the day, for darkness is as light with you. For you formed my inward parts, you knitted me together in my mother's womb. I praise you, for I am fearfully and wonderfully made. Wonderful are your works, my soul knows it very well. My throne was not hidden from you, when I was being made in secret, intricately woven in the depths of the earth. Your eyes saw my unformed substance, in your book were written every one of them. The day that were formed for me, when as yet there was none of them. How precious to me are your thoughts, O God! How vast is the sum of them! If I recount them, they are more than the sand. I awake and am still with you. O that you would slay the wicked, O God, O man, of blood depart from me. They speak against you with malicious intent. Your enemies take your name in vain. Do I not hate those who hate you, O Lord? And I do not loathe those who rise up against you. I hate them with complete hatred. I count them my enemies. Search me, O God, and know my heart. Try me and know my thoughts, and see if there be any grievous way in me, and lead me in my way everlasting. So that is Psalm 139 complete, and tomorrow we will be doing Psalm 140. So that's the first half of the video complete. For those who are new to my channel, I split the video into 3 parts. So the first part is where I read the psalm, which was 139. The second part we talk about the psalm time period, and then the third part we talk about the psalms that we just read, which is Psalm 139. So with this psalm time periods, they were written over a 1,000-year time period, and there are 150 psalms in the book of Psalms. They're written by multiple authors. The main author is generally is David, and it could be during his life, so it doesn't matter where in his life, but he's generally the main author of most of the Psalms. There are Psalms where historians and scholars do know when they were written, the event that was linked to it, and the author, so they kind of got an idea of those Psalms. Then there are those Psalms where they don't know when it was written, but they have an author and they have an event. And sometimes they don't even have an author, but they do have an event. So they kind of know when those Psalms were written by the events, so they kind of got an idea of that particular psalm was written during this particular event. This event could have likely occurred during this time period, but we're not 100% sure because multiple events can occur that are similar to one another. And then you got the Psalms that are unknown, as in unknown author, unknown time period, and there's no event linked to it. So then it becomes much more difficult for historians and scholars to kind of decide when those Psalms were written. What they do know is that those Psalms were written because they obviously are in the Bible, and they're obviously in the book of Psalms, so obviously they were written. Now, with Psalms, they can be sung. Primarily they were sung by the psalmist or by people that were, the Psalms were linked to. Like it could be like on a pilgrimage. So it could be sung by pilgrims going on their pilgrimage to Jerusalem because of a religious event that occurred, or they could be going to the temple, what have you. But it's that sort of thing, really. And with Psalm 139, the date is unknown. There's no event to it, but they believe it was David that is the author. Why I say that? Because to the choir master, a Psalm of David. So that's basically a big indication that David was the author of Psalm 139. So that was like obviously the big indication there. So with Psalm 139, God is omnipresent. Omnipresent. I think that's how you pronounce it. But it basically means he's present everywhere. Because of that, because of God being omnipresent, you can never escape from his spirit. So God is always with you. So regardless of what people say, and people, there are a lot of people that don't believe in, in God, don't believe in his presence, doesn't believe in all that. And that is perfectly fine. We're not here to judge people on their beliefs. If people want to believe what they want to believe, they can. But hear me out. God is always present. So wherever you are in your life, in your day, in your journey, whatever you're doing, he's always going to be present. And he's always there, regardless of what you're doing. Even if you're feeling a bit down and depressed, you can search for him by, going within and finding him, and he's there, present. He's always with us, regardless of what we're up to with our life. He's always going to be there. And God is obviously however you decide him to be, like the main source of everything. He could be, that big main figure in heaven, as in Heavenly Father. It's whatever you decide him to be. And he's always there, regardless of it. And it's obviously so what David is basically explaining here in his psalm is that God is present regardless of where he is on his journey as king or before him being king. Because obviously we don't know when this particular psalm was written during King David's, I'm going to say king, because it could be David's king, in David's life. We don't know if it's when he was a child, when he was king, even if it was towards his later stages of his life. We don't really know when they were written, to be perfectly honest. But what we do know was that it was written by David, and that it's obviously during his life. So David felt that he could not escape God's presence. God is always present regardless of what we wanted to perceive it to be. He's always going to be there. He's always there. He can't escape his spirit regardless of what's going on in his life. And we can see that in our own life, where God is very much present wherever we are. That's why we are encouraged to read our scriptures, because we can absorb God's word in and we can feel fantastic about it. So that's kind of how that is, is that God is that omnipresent being, and he is present wherever we are, whatever we're doing in our life. He's going to be present regardless of it. And so that is really what Psalm 139 is basically expressing, that God is the omnipresent being. He is present everywhere. Because of this, you can never escape from his spirit, because he's going to be present regardless of it. So that is Psalm 139 complete. I'm now going to write in the day and the date. It's day 139, and it's the 22nd of the 3rd, 25. So tomorrow we will be doing Psalm 140. Thank you for watching. Please like my content. I would really appreciate it if you could. Please subscribe to my channel. Also, I would really appreciate it if you could do that. And please turn on the notification bell so you then get notified of content like this that gets uploaded to the channel. Thank you and goodbye.